Welcome back to yet another episode of FLAG-Plations. In today's episode, we're going to do the reverse of last episode, meaning instead of reviewing asexual flags, we'll be building aromantic flags while showing off their asexual counterparts. Once again, a little reminder, aromantic people are queer, heterosexual aromantic people are queer, aromantic is a queer identity. Now, let's get on to the video. On to our first identity, we have the umbrella term for this entire video, aromantic. These stripes from top to bottom stand for aromanticism as a whole, the aromantic spectrum, aesthetic and platonic attraction, including queer platonic relationships, aromantic and demi-romantic identities, and the spectrum of sexuality as a whole. The current aromantic flag we use today is actually the third remake of it, created in 2014 by Tumblr user Cameron Whimsy. It's unknown who made the first aromantic flag. The first flag stripes meaning go as follows: green, representing the opposite of red, the color of romance; yellow represents yellow flowers which symbolize friendship; orange, representing in between yellow and red for gray aromantics, and black being the representation for Aromantics who reject the traditional ideas of romance. This design was found to be harsh and eye-straining, and because it closely resembled the Rastafarian flag. The second aromantic flag was created by Cameron Whimsy, the same person who made the updated aromantic flag. The colors represented as follows: dark and light green being the aromantic spectrum, yellow representing platonic love and relationships, and gray and black representing the sexuality spectrum, representing aromantics of all sexual orientations. The yellow color, once again, was deemed as a bit too eye-straining for some people, so it was swapped for white to be more accessible and gentle on the eye, which is how we ended up with the aromantic flag we use today. The term aromantic was first coined in an asexuality visibility and education network discussion thread titled Relationship Definitions in June 2005. It was not until 2008/2009 on Avian at least, the term appeared more often. Aromantic stands for little to no romantic attraction and can be used as an umbrella term. There are several symbols used to represent aromantics and aromantic love. One is an arrow, due to aromantic often being shortened to arrow. Like asexuals, aromantics also use the symbol of the spades to represent themselves. Another way people like to express being aromantic is by wearing a white ring on the left middle finger to indicate aromantic identity. This is the opposite of the ace ring, which is a black ring worn on the right hand. Really neat! Our next term for this video is agromantic. Dr. Anthony Bogart, a psychologist specializing in human sexuality, coined the term Quoiromantic in 2012. At that time, asexuality was considered a psychological disorder, so he classified it as a paraphilia. The term autoqueersexuality was altered to Aegosexual in November 2014 by Tumblr user Sugar and Spice, which translates to sexual without myself. The term Aegoromantic seems to have been first coined in June 26, 2016 by Pride Color Schemes. The Aegoromantic flag was coined by Pride Color Schemes on June 26, 2016. It has no confirmed meanings. However, the original Aegosexual flag is almost the same as the asexual flag, but having a triangle with the colors in a different order. The triangle represents the opposite of asexuality, while the colors have the same meaning as the asexual flag. We can presume it's most likely the same for the aromantic version. Agromantic means those who have a disconnection between themselves and the subject of romantic attraction. And just like we did last time, here's the Aegosexual flag. Up next with a beautiful name is Orchidromantic. Orchidsexual was coined on April 22, 2001 by Wiki user Ringo the Man. The term was named after the orchid, a flower often used to symbolize love, sex, and fertility. The first Orchidromantic flag was created by Wiki user Casey Steele 11 on April 23, 2021. While the stripes themselves don't have any specific meaning, they were chosen to be the opposite of the Cupioromantic flag. Orchidromantic is defined as when an individual experiences romantic attraction but does not desire a romantic relationship or encounter. And here's the Orchidsexual flag, referenced multiple times during the last term, and up now is Cupioromantic. Cupioromantic is derived from cupo, which meant longing or I desire in Latin. Going through each of the stripes, the darker pink represents love, the lighter pink represents lack of attraction, the white represents relationships, the lighter green represents romanticism, and the darker green represents romance. Cupid's romantic symbol was created on October 28, 2021 for an LGBT+ symbols poster. The term origin is unknown. Its predecessor, Aromantic, was coined in 2014 by Tumblr user Acelysses. This Tumblr user also coined the term Bellusromantic, which was later changed to Cupiosexual. How Bellusromantic and Bellusromantic became Cupiosexual and Quoiromantic is unknown. However, the change has happened relatively soon after the terms were coined. Cupo flag was designed by an unknown DeviantArt user on or before July 4, 2015. The Quiroromantic flag was proposed by an anonymous fandom user in October 2020. This was done to help distinguish between the Quirosexual flag and the Cupioromantic flag, as the flags are the same beforehand. Quiroromanticism is those who do not experience romantic attraction but still desire/like a romantic relationship. And here's the Cupiosexual flag. Coming up next in our list is Bellusromantic. Bellusromantic was most likely coined by a Tumblr user, Mogai Lexicon, on July 7, 2015. However, the original Bellusromantic flag was created by an anonymous user on or before June 26, 2016, via the Pride Color Schemes Tumblr account. While the most well-known Bellusromantic flag was created by the same user, the colors were inspired by the original flag. This alternative flag, also known as the simplified flag, was designed by fandom user Hypnot on November 15, 2020. The only meaning for the stripes I can find is that they were chosen for an aesthetic reason representing the term. Speaking of the term, Bellusromantic means one who has an interest in certain romantic action, the aesthetic of romantic relationships, and or aspects of romantic relationships that does not feel romantic attraction and does not want a romantic attraction. And here's a Bellusexual flag. Up next is Arospike, the opposite form of the term we talked about in our last video, Ace Jump. The coiner of Arospike is unknown. However, the most popular flag was designed by Shizu on sometime before August 17, 2015, as the second alternative flag based on the main Pride flag was created by Pride Flags on DeviantArt on August 17, 2015. While the first alternative flag was created by Tumblr user I Love My Trans Body. And unfortunately, I can't find any meaning for the flag colors used in it. Arospike stands for someone who typically feels no romantic attraction, but occasionally has rare, sudden, and intense spike of romantic attraction for a short amount of time. And here's the Acespike flag. Following that is Quiroromantic. Previously known as WTF Romantic, later changed to be less vulgar, was used semi-sarcastically by Kaz around 2011 to express their frustration with their identity. The term Quiroromantic was coined in 2014 by Tumblr user Core, who also coined the term Quirosexual after, as a more pronounceable title. In 2015, Core proposed a flag design for the Queer identity. 4 lavender question marks rotated in a ring to share a single dot, overlaid on a cool gray background in a house shape instead of the traditional rectangular flag. Other flag design proposals have combined blue, green, black, and white or gray. The only color meanings I could find was black representing airiness, aceness, as it does in most flags, green representing harmony, the harmony of platonic and romantic attraction, turquoise representing emotion, all the different feelings that come with attraction merge, and gray, representing the confusion or fuzziness for different types of attraction that koi people experience. This term also has a really unique symbol. Look at how cool that looks! Quoiromantic is when one is unsure what romantic attraction is, and therefore being unsure if one has experienced it or not. And here's a Quirosexual flag. And taking a break between flags to talk about our sponsor today, me. I am our sponsor, and I'm here to promote my Discord server with over 100 Pride flag emotes for you to enjoy, along with tone tag emotes and disability emotes, fun chats for all your needs, arts, pet, and chats relating to SMP and events I'm part of, along with a question of the day. So check out the link in the description and join us for some fun. Now back onto the video. Hopping back in with Nebularomantic. On August 5th, 2014, Can I Hide in You on Tumblr coined Nebularomantic and made the flag that same day. Talk about efficiency. The flag stripes were picked off a picture of a nebula. How intriguing! Nebulromantic is when one cannot tell if they experience romantic attraction or not due to neurodivergence, and this term is specifically only for neurodivergent individuals. After that, we have Reciproromantic on our list, also sometimes referred to as Lyseromantic. Sometime before or in 2016, Reciproromantic was coined by a deactivated Tumblr user. On July 6, 2016, Pride Color Schemes created 2 flags for Reciproromantic. The only color meanings I can find is the pink at the top is to signify attraction, while the right represents lack of attraction, and the black represents asexuality. But it doesn't say anything about the green stripe, so I'm not sure how reliable this information is. What I do know for sure is that Reciproromantic is defined by someone who does not experience romantic attraction unless they know that the other individual is romantically attracted to them first. Basically the opposite of Lithoromantic, which we talked about last episode. Check it out if you haven't already. And here's the Receptrosexual flag. With another pretty name, Aromantics just have the prettiest names for terms, is Roseromantic. The term Roseromantic was coined on Instagram by user Nemagay on 25th February 2021. The flag's color meanings are as follows. Pink represents love, romance, as well as standing for a common color amongst roses. Yellow represents loyalty, being spontaneous and unstable, and the pistil of a rose. And the green represents being on the aromantic spectrum along with the stalk of a rose, which is just so beautiful, representing not only the flower within its design, but the definition itself. Speaking of the definition for Roseromantic is when an individual has little to no romantic attraction but wants or enjoys the idea of romantic attraction but becomes disgusted / romance repulsed. It might be after experiencing it or thinking about it too long. And here's the Rosexual flag. Our second to last pair of terms is Desinoromantic. This term was coined by Tumblr user PastelMemer, the same person who coined the queer and omnisexual flag, on or before August 24th, 2015. The flag was created by the same user around the time of the coining. As for the flag stripes, pink is the color of friendship, as well as a muted tone of red, the color of romance. Gray represents this is a gray arrow spectrum orientation, and the green represents aromysticism. Desinoromantic stands for those who do not experience full-on romantic attraction, but do experience liking someone instead of loving them romantically. The attraction then goes no further. The word desinero itself comes from Latin, meaning I leave or I stop. And here's the Deserosexual flag. Our last term or terms for this episode is Adventuromantic, made by LGBT I Guess on Tumblr on January 13th, 2019. The original flag was changed due to the fact it looks so similar to the Reciprosexual flag. The only color meanings I can find is those of the original flag. Red for attraction sparking back up, orange being attraction going back down, white is changing fluidity of attraction, gray standing for difficulty to distinguish from platonic attraction, and a black stripe representing lack of attraction. Advenduromantic is the conditions of infrequent romantic attraction, fading into the background before coming back either suddenly or slowly, which can be triggered by something or just happen. It is also described as being hard to distinguish from platonic attraction. And here's the Adventurorsexual flag. And that's all we have for this episode of FLAG-Plations. Did you see your flag in today's video? What do you want to see the next video be about? Answer in the comments below, and as always, I will see you guys in the next episode of FLAG-Plations. Until next time, stay proud. Queer out!